Well, hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make a gorgeous, elegant autumn wreath. For this project, you'll need a 14-inch wreath form, a glue gun and some glue sticks, some wire cutters, some decorative pumpkin picks or adornments of your choosing, and of course florals of your choosing. I decided to use a few varieties or colors of hydrangea, of course my favorite mum picks, as well as these little bittersweet branches. So let's get started with this tutorial. First, we'll place these gorgeous mum picks onto our wire wreath form, fishing that through the first or innermost ring of our wreath form. And then to attach that, you'll place that stem underneath a section of crossbar, wrapping the rest of the stem around part of the wire frame. We'll do the same as we move on to our second set of florals, which is going to be these darker hydrangea flowers. For this next hydrangea bush, we'll be fishing the stem underneath the crossbar again and threading that through the stems. This is a great way to really secure the stems and flowers as we continue with this process. Oops, I just realized I forgot to start this wreath out using this little bittersweet branch. So I'll go ahead and add those in now, but this definitely would have been easier to secure had I added them first. So now I'm having to backtrack a little, and I'll lift up these mums and try tucking this branch in behind and underneath those, and that proves to be a bit of a challenge. But luckily these have a kind of a thicker branch, making it fairly easy to just fish that through the back side of the frame and secure it. This already looks really pretty to me, you guys. I just find this color combination so pleasing and kind of calming. So we have our first grouping down now. So let's begin again, and this time we won't forget our bittersweet berry pick to start out our second group of flowers. Let's slightly bend those stems to kind of match our wreath form, and then thread that through some of our branches, finally wrapping it around that metal frame. And now we just continue this process until our wreath is full. Just be sure you're following the same order with your florals if you want this same effect. And also make sure that you're really securing your stems to that wreath frame, or they will definitely come loose on you when the wreath is being moved around or even when it's being hung. If you have any trouble manipulating those stems, you could try using a needle nose pliers. That's what I've done in the past, and they actually work really well. And for those of you who don't know, these mum picks are my absolute favorite. They're so full and flowy, and they just seem to make every project look amazing, which is why I use them often. And of course, as you'll see, I'm rotating the wreath form as I work just to make this easier so that everything is within my reach. Alright guys, we're down to our fourth and final grouping of florals. Now this is typically where I'll turn my wreath over in order to gain a better view of and better access to the wireframe, and then I can find a really good place to secure those last few stems. Another thing we want to do is be sure to place that final floral pick underneath our very first floral that we placed on our wreath form to keep that nice cohesive flow and continuity. Then we'll do a little bit of fluffing, maybe redirecting some florals if we need to in order to create more symmetry. Although I don't need my wreaths to be too perfect, you guys. I prefer they look more natural and organic, really. And now it's time to check for voids or gaps between our florals. I don't like my wreaths to be too awfully full because I don't want them to not have that flow or that movement. But I also don't want any large gaps. If you see any gaps and you want to fill those in, just go ahead and snip off a few flowers off of one of your floral stems and add those in individually wherever you see that they might be needed. Just be sure to keep your positioning intact and stay with that order that we've put our florals in, or things will end up looking a little bit off in your wreath. Now everything should be really nice and secure, but if it's not or things seem a little loose, now's the time to fix that. You can redirect a few stems if you need to, or you can use a little hot glue for extra hold. So I decided to add in a little more of that bittersweet because it's just really pretty, it's so dainty, and it really adds something to this wreath. And I'm just snipping those off of the main branch, creating multiple stems so I can add them individually wherever I want them to be. They actually tucked in really well amongst the flowers. I was able to kind of poke them in between some of those other stems and wire, and they stayed really nicely, but you could use hot glue if you need to. And I love the way these look, you guys. They really add that little bit extra, I think, to this wreath. I had to kind of coax some of them in there to poke through all those stems, but that also meant they were going to be really nice and secure, and they weren't going to move once they were in place. Now we're going to add in a few of those glittery little pumpkin picks from Dollar Tree. I just love these as fillers, and I actually used all three sizes, or the three sizes that I had anyway. I'm going to be adding these into our wreath in groups of 3, a large, a medium, and a small pumpkin pick. So I'll hot glue these slender wooden stems together. I just staggered them one atop the other, getting them as close together as possible. And then holding them really tightly, I added hot glue. And then I gave the little wooden stems a bit of a twist just to really get that glue in there and coating each stem because I don't want these coming apart. I would have liked to have made more of these, but I only had enough to make 3, so that's what I went with. Gluing these together took some patience, you guys. I really had to sit and hold them for quite a while, but that's okay because they're really nice and secure. They're not going to be coming apart, so it was worth it. I can't believe how messy these are though, you guys. I'm going to be wearing this glitter for weeks. The little wooden stems on these made it really easy to just poke them right inside our wreath, fishing them through those stems really easily. And of course, the hot glue will keep those in place. I've been doing so many fall crafts, you guys, that my house is full of glitter and debris and just florals everywhere, and I don't have a designated crafting area or filming area really. I film in our back basement, and I also craft in our kitchen because that's where I have the most space to do so. So my entire house basically looks like a floral shop right now. But I'm really hoping to get it cleaned up so I can get out our fall decor and do a fall home tour for you guys. Let me know if you would like to see that. I'd also like to film putting my fall hot cocoa bar together since I didn't get to do that last year. Because last November my camera broke. It actually fell on the tripod and shattered. And so I had to save up for a few months to buy a new camera. My decorating style is really all over the place, you guys. Maybe that's because I'm a Gemini, I'm not sure, but I really enjoy simplicity at times and a really nice, simple look when I'm decorating. But then sometimes I also like a lot, which you might see that in some of the crafts that I do. So I wouldn't say I technically have a decorating style. I don't know, what do you guys think? What's your perception of my style after watching my craft videos? I love a touch of elegance, but I also love rustic decor, and I like things to be balanced. That's the main thing for me. No matter how much or how little, I always need things to seem balanced to my eye, because that's what I find pleasing. What's your decorating style? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Alright guys, I think we're going to call this wreath finished, my friends, and so that's going to conclude this elegant autumn wreath tutorial. I really hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd be really grateful if you'd give this video a thumbs up. That really helps my channel out a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. And of course, as always, I'm grateful for you carving a little time out of your busy day to spend this time with me. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you do, click on that bell so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Have a beautiful day.
Can't live with or without you. Oh, won't you sing to me? There ain't no other way but you sing to me. As simple as I say. No need to When times get rough, I try to tell you